Hi everyone, for today's video, this is going to be my first ever podcast. Before anything else, you can find me, The Elegant Ermine. You can find me on Instagram as d.elegant.ermine and then also on Facebook as theelegantermine.ph. I also have my Ravelry, my Love Crafts, and my Creative Fabric stores. You might want to check them out. So I'm selling patterns there. So basically this channel is all about my crochet journey, some tutorials, and then bits and pieces of my life once in a while, and then maybe other crafts as well. But basically this is all about crochet and other fiber arts. Like what I've mentioned before, this is going to be my first episode of my crochet podcast. I have been watching crochet podcasts lately and even knitters podcast, and I enjoyed watching them, listening to them while I crochet or doing something. So I thought, why not start my own, since I just wanted to record my crochet journey, and then I would like share with you some things that would be also of inspiration to you. And by the way, just spare me or bear with me if I'm not looking at the camera all the time. This is my first time that I would be putting myself in front of the camera, and I'm not used to it. So just bear with me if I would be looking anywhere. And so this is going to be my crochet podcast, and on this first episode we will be talking about my many firsts or many tales of firsts regarding crochet with my crochet journey. And then we're going to, maybe I will share or I will have a peep on my WIP or finished projects. Let's see. And then a yarn haul, because I have accumulated maybe a few or a lot of yarns lately. With this podcast, I won't promise that I would be doing this on a regular basis like every week, because I don't want to put pressure on putting videos every week or most of the time. But like, I don't want to put pressure on that, and this is just I want to enjoy the process of doing this, and I don't want to get pressure on making videos just for the sake of making videos. Because one of the reasons that I'm doing this is that I enjoyed watching my previous video, and somehow when I watch those videos, my past videos, a certain emotion or a certain memory would, just surface when I watch them, and it would remind me of what I did or what happened on that time that I recorded the video, and I kind of enjoyed it. So this is one of the reasons that I'm taking this video. So it's more of a reference, or also tracker of my journey with crochet that I would also like to share with you. Okay, so let's start with the tales of many firsts with crochet. So how did I get into crochet? So it was a long time ago, maybe I was 9 years old, that a friend of mine was able to introduce me into this craft. At the time, she was crocheting a scrunchie. Back then, it was also a trend in our place. I know, this time I know that scrunchie is also on trend, but yes, we do have, or the scrunchie was also on trend at the time in my place. And then I saw her crocheting a scrunchie, and I was very intrigued, and I asked her regarding, or I asked her how she was able to do it. So I was introduced into some basic stitches, and then later on, and then I realized that my mother was also a good crocheter. She can crochet a project by just eyeballing it from a magazine, from a photo. So she's not, or she cannot read a written pattern, but she can, you know, create that pattern by just eyeballing it. And so that's just how I got engaged, or it was introduced into crochet. And then back then, the usual yarn that we had were just Monaco acrylic, maybe it was worsted weight yarn, and then the 3-ply Canon and Monaco thread. Those were just the yarns that were available in my place at that time. Let me share with you those yarns. So this is the Monaco acrylic. We usually have this because during elementary days, when we have notebooks that has spirals on the binding, on the binder, or on the binding area, or what shall I call it? We usually have these yarns because with our notebook, before, during elementary days, we will replace those ring binders or the spirals on the side of the notebook with this, because with those spirals, when you put it inside your bag and then you're going to bring it every time to school, it tends to get somehow it gets flattened, and when you open your notebook, it's not that, or you cannot open your notebook very well because the spirals or the strings are get flattened on the sides. So we usually replace them with this. We sew this on the holes with the spirals. We remove the spirals, the string, the spiral wire, and then we have this. And then also this yarn. So this is a 3-ply Monaco thread. It's very small, but what we usually use is this one because this is a little bit thicker. It was my mother who introduced me to this, that there is also another type of yarn during that time, which is this one. So this is a little bit thinner than this one. So those were the yarns that were available at that time. And then with the hook, we only have still stainless steel hooks at that time. I don't have any idea that there are aluminum hooks or bigger hooks that would be appropriate for bigger size or bigger strengths of yarns. But somehow we were able to manage when it comes to creating projects with the stainless steel hooks. Let me show you the stainless steel hook. So this is a stainless steel hook, although this comes in different sizes as well, but the working end is still small for an acrylic yarn, like the worsted weight yarn, because this is usually used with the 3-ply or yarns like this. So excuse me also with the noises around me. I am in my home and filming this in the middle of the night, so maybe you can hear those roosters before, and then now the dog's barking, so just bear with me if you can hear noises other than my voice. So yeah, that was the hook. That was the hook that I was introduced into, or that was the hook that I used when I was introduced into crochet. I never had any idea that there could be bigger hooks, and then of course it's very hard. It's quite a struggle because since you have a small and even shallow working end, so the yarn would usually slip or it would even snag out of the hook. But then, like what I've said, we managed to create projects using those hook. So back then when I was in elementary, we made refrigerator towel, wherein we're just going to buy this usual towel, and then we border the sides with crochet, and then also extend the upper part with crochet, and then the part that goes around the handle of the ref, yeah, we crochet it. So basically those are the projects that we made when I was in elementary, maybe grade 5 or grade 6, and then we also have that when I was in high school. So basically we had our formal education or training or workshop, if we'll call it that way, with crochet when I was in elementary during our technology and home economics class. Then on 2013, excuse me for the sound of the dog. Then in 2013, from abroad, we had a vacation with my daughter, and then I think we had 5 months vacation then, and then for a month, or we spent a month on my in-laws, and then when we get back home, my mother gave me or showed me a shawl that she crocheted for my daughter. I'm going to show you that shawl later. So actually the yarn that she used was still Monica acrylic, and then that was from a spare or a stash from the project that she had made, because she made a bus curtain, like during that time. I don't know if the buses in my place or the buses now still has this type of curtain that it's crocheted, the area just above the driver, there's a curtain there, and then it's usually crocheted, and then my mother made that. I was really surprised actually that she knows how to make this curtain, because that curtain usually has letters that spells God bless our trip, or the name of the bus, and then yeah, she made that, and then she has a spare of that yarn that she made out of the curtain, and then so she created a shawl for my daughter. So this is the shawl. So these are made of motif. This pattern is actually from a magazine. This is actually a pattern for a table cover, and then she just eyeballed it, and then she created this shawl for my daughter. It's very pretty. That's why I'm still keeping this, even though this is already small for my daughter. I will share with you some of my mother's work on the next episode that we're going to have. So during this time also, I somehow realized that there is this hook for bigger strands of yarn, because she made this shawl with an aluminum hook this time, and it's bigger in size, and I was very intrigued, and I was like very happy that, knowing that for the longest time you're just using those hooks that is very small for the yarn, and then now I find out that there is this hook that is appropriate for those bigger strands. So this is the hook that she has. This is my mother's hook that I snatched away from her when I realized that there is hooks like this, that there are hooks like this. So this is a tulip double-ended. I was very happy that I get this from her, and I bought this abroad. So, and then because of that shawl, I asked her to create a poncho for me. So she made a poncho for me, and I'm going to share it with you next time. So yes, so this is the hook. Somehow that was the time that I was made to realize that there are hooks that is good with bigger strands of yarns. Now so back then I was only into, or I only know how to crochet basic stitches. I purchased yarns because I usually ask my mother to crochet some projects for my daughter usually. So but like I don't have any idea that there are other types of yarns as well that is available in my country, in the Philippines. So I was like looking at the internet for some yarns that I could use for projects that I don't have to buy abroad, because it's quite expensive, and yes, it's expensive at the time, and I don't have a credit card just to purchase those yarns. So yes, I tried, and then I stumbled upon this seller. So the very first seller that I was purchasing my yarns before were Ashley's Crochet. So back then I was very, very happy that I discovered this online seller, and then also I happened to purchase some yarns, local yarns on Shopee as well. I would buy those yarns, and then I would send that to my mother so that she can make shawls or anything for my daughter. So but and then in the late of 2017 I tried to create my own, or I tried to create my first shawl, because I did ask my mother to create a shawl for my daughter, another shawl for my daughter, but this time I would download a video tutorial for her, because this internet signal in my place is very bad. So I would download those videos, and then she would create, and specifically she was able to create a Virus Shawl for my daughter. And then she told me that it's very easy, you just have to watch the video. So in the late of 2017 I tried to crochet my very first shawl. And yes, I'm going to show you the photo. That shawl is no longer with me. I was just maybe more than halfway of just sorry for the dog, for the noise of the dog. I was more than halfway of finishing the shawl that a mother of my workmate before was very interested to buy the shawl. So yes, my very first shawl, I was able to sell it to her, and it's somehow or it has became a turning point with my crochet journey, because since then I have never stopped crocheting, or that was the beginning of me getting serious into crochet. By the way, when I was also looking for yarns online, like sellers that I could purchase my yarns, I this time also purchased my very own set of hooks. I will share with you my very first, or my decent set of hooks. My first decent set of hooks. This is my very first decent set of hooks that I purchased when I became serious with crochet. So these are not ergonomic hooks, but aesthetically they're very pretty. So the casing is very worn already. So with this hook, or with these hooks, I was able to crochet a lot of projects, mainly my shawls, my made-to-order shawls. I was into made-to-order shawls before. Technically, I was able to crochet maybe more than a dozen that I was able also to sell. So those are my first set of hooks. Since they are not ergonomic hooks, so this is basically the hook size 4 millimeters that is very, or that I usually use. Since they are not ergonomic hooks, I do experience pain on my wrist, and because of that, I decided to buy ergonomic hooks. Though expensive, but at least it would help you, since I am crocheting a lot of projects, larger projects. So, you know, using those hooks would help you with your hands, so you would be able to crochet a lot longer, because, you know, yeah, with ergonomic hooks, they're very good. So, but then I was able to create a lot of projects using this hook, or using these hooks. So that was my first hooks. And then also on 2018 also, I decided to create my first pattern with crochet, with shawl pattern. I think that was in August 2018. So this is my first shawl pattern, by the way. So this is my very first shawl. This pattern is free to download on my stores, my Ravelry, my Love Crafts, and maybe in Creative Fabric as well, and then also on my blog. I forgot to mention that I also have a blog, but it's not updated. It's theelegant.com, and yeah, you can download a pattern for this shawl. It's free. And so this is my Given Grace shawl. This is my very first shawl pattern. I was very, very happy that, you know, having that design or idea in your mind, and then I was able to execute it. I was very, very happy. So this is my very first shawl pattern, and I also have a video tutorial on my YouTube channel for this, except for the edging part. So it's very lacy, and this works up fast, because the main part of this are just row repeats, and then a different pattern on the hem. So I was very happy that I was able to create my very first shawl pattern. So I think for the tale of the many firsts, that's just it. And I'm going to show you, or even have a peek on my finished projects and my active tips. So for the finished project, it's a shawl. I posted a photo of this already on my Instagram, but I'm not going to show this yet for you. But this one is the shawl. So this is finished a long time ago, because this one is part of a collection that hopefully I would be able to launch soon. Hopefully, because I don't know if I would, but hopefully. And then I also finished a skirt. I I already have a peep. I already posted this also on my Instagram. So I'm not going to open this up because this is also included in my collection. So this is a skirt, and then with my active whips, I am making this crop top. And again, I'm very sorry that my whips and my finished projects, I cannot show them to you. So this is one of my active whips, and also this shrug. I'm almost done with this. I'm now on the neckline part. So those are my active whips. And now for the yarn haul, let me get my notes because this is a lot, so that I won't miss anything, you know, the details of the yarns. But I will be putting all the links down below regarding the pattern, regarding the supply, or the yarns, or whatever it is that has something to do with my video today. So this is the first one. All of these parcels are open already because I opened them so that I can check my order if it's right, and if there's a problem with my order I can notify my seller. So this is basically not an unboxing or unpacking video, but I just want to share with you the yarns that I have purchased lately. So let's start with this. So this parcel, or I bought this yarns from Stitches and Beyond by JK. I bought 3 cakes from that store, and all of these are gradient yarns, and they are 8-ply fine cotton or fingering weight cotton. So I'll have this first, and this is Geek. The name of this colorway is Geek. I will open so that I will share with you. I will be able to show you the colors, how pretty they are. So this is Geek, and approximately, let me get my notes, this is 300 to 310 grams. The original price for this is 255, but I was able to buy this at 191 pesos. So the color is fuchsia on the inner core, and then maroon, and then teal, and then what's this? I think there's also a blue green, I'm not sure, and then blue on the very outside. So this is Geek. It's very pretty. And next is this one. I will open this again. So it doesn't have a name, but this is approximately 270 grams, and the original price is 235, but I bought this at 176. So the color is lilac on the inner core, and then or violet, and then there's lilac, and then there's cream or beige, and then orange on the outer core, on the outer side. So this is 270 grams, or approximately 270 grams. So this is the color. And then the last one from Stitches and Beyond by JK is this one. So this is approximately 290 to 300 grams, and the original price is 250, but I bought this at 187 pesos. So the color is, there is coral on the inner core, and then orange, and then yellow green, and then light blue and also blue on the outer side. They're very pretty. So let me show you what an 8-ply cotton is. So these are fingering weight yarn. It has 8 strands of cotton, 100% cotton. So with Stitches and Beyond by JK, I have 3 cakes. So this. Okay, put it there. And then next is this parcel. So by the way, before I open that, I will share that the very reason that I purchased these yarns is that I was buying a lot of gradient yarns before when I'm making shawls, because it's good, you know, having gradient yarns. It's very nice when it's being used on larger projects, so that all the colors will be displayed. And then I realized that I no longer have gradient yarns in my stash, and I'm still making patterns for shawl. So that's why I purchased these yarns, and I cannot resist. They're very pretty. So the next one is this. These are 8-ply interfill yarn, shiny interfill yarns. I bought this in Shopee, and also that one, they also have a Shopee account. And these are 250 grams and for 135 pesos. So these are from John Drex. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, John Drex shop. And the very reason that I purchased this, because I wanted to compare the quality of this yarn from the ones that I have been using, which is local yarns, local interfill yarns, and which I usually use 3-ply. And I wanted to compare what's this 8-ply imported interfill. So this first one is camel. The color is camel. So when it comes to the strand compared to a 3-ply, it's already thick because it's 8-ply already, and then but the individual strand is quite thin compared with the strand of the 3-ply interfill yarn that I have been using before. So this is camel, or S39. The color is camel. And then next is yellow. I don't know if it's yellow, but it's more of a yellow green or chartreuse color. So this is S24, yellow. And then the last one is this. This is denim blue, or S36. So for this interfill yarn 8-ply, I have 3 from John Drex shop. The next parcel that I'm going to share with you is this. So basically this is these yarns are 8-ply fine cotton, but they're in solid colors. I bought this from Crochetingly Yours Isa. I have previously bought yarns from this store before. So this next yarns are, I bought this from Crochetingly Yours Isa. These are 8-ply fine cotton, fingering weight, and this time this is in solid colors. So yes, so this one, okay, so this one is midnight blue. This is midnight blue. I love this color. I bought this at 80 pesos, 200 grams. And then this one is sapphire, 100 grams for 40 pesos. So let's compare the size. So this is midnight blue and this is sapphire. It has a bit of a green tinge on this one, and this one's, you know, pretty blue. Okay, and then another 200 grams, 80 pesos. This is dark fuchsia, and orange 100 grams, 40 pesos. The very reason that I bought these yarns because I wanted to recreate my Primalo maxi skirt, and it's in solid colors and it has two contrasting colors, so that's why I bought this. But I don't know if I would still be using these yarns for the Primalo maxi skirt. I love these colors. So from Crochet Yours Isa, I have these 4 yarns, and I will show you the strand of an 8 ply. So this is fingering weight yarn. So she has this stickers for the outside end and the inner end of the yarn. Okay. Now next is this one. I bought this from a dear crocheter friend. This is from a D-stash because she was raising a fund for her cat. And I bought this from her. So these are yarn, or these are sold in lots. So let's have this first. So these are wool yarns and from Japan. This is what's the name for this? Toyobo yarn, and it has tiny strands like this, and I love the color. It's like wine red or deep red in color. So for this yarn I have 3. So I have 3. These are Japanese yarns. And then next is, I forgot the price for this, but I do bought this in a lot. This is a freebie. I also have a yarn like this before that she gifted to me. It's very pretty, and I think this is still wool. So this is Kentucky, and I think this is Japanese. I'm not sure. So this is a freebie, and then another, Toyobo, but in black. This one black color, and this one I do not know. It doesn't have any label, and I think this is a little bit thinner than this one. It's black. And then another one, still from the D-stash. This, lighter red in color. This is Swinky. So that's, I think they are just the same, but this one doesn't have any label. And then this one, I don't know, it doesn't have any label, but I think these are all wool yarns. Okay, I have 2 for this, and for the cream I have 3. And I'm not sure of the weight category of these yarns. I think 1 or 2. And then this one, the last plastic from the D-stash, is this. This is cotton. I don't know the weight for this, but this is 8-ply fine cotton, purple in color. I think this is 150 grams roughly, I'm not sure. And then this is the very reason that I bought this lot, this purple color. And then this one, it's a mixed in color. It has a maybe old rose in, I don't know, it's gray or brown. I had a yarn like this before and it's in the province. I forgot to bring it, so I think I can make a larger project this time because I have already a spare. This is still a cotton. I don't know the weight for this. 8-ply fine cotton. And this one I think is polyester. It's red in color and 4-ply. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is polyester, but I think so. This is polyester. So from the D-stash, that's it. And then next is, I have this. I have been dreaming, I have been wanting to purchase this particular yarn, or this particular brand of yarn before. So this is a yarn from Turkey. This is Yarn Art Flowers, and this is made in Turkey. This is 55% cotton and 45% acrylic, and this is 250 grams and or 1000 meters or 1093.60 yards. This is a category 1 super fine yarn, where the hook suggestion is 3 millimeters. I cannot spell the name of the store, but I bought this in Shopee, but the store is from Vietnam. And the color is 290 and it's 826, but I was able to buy this at 736 pesos. So this is Yarn Art Flowers. And then next one is these yarns. This is Velcon. I bought this from a shop that has just opened last April, and it's lots of yarns, and it's very near on my daughter's school, walking distance. And I bought this is Velcon. I think it's, I'm not sure but this, I think this is 160 pesos, and this is 100 grams or 200, I cannot read it. It's 100 grams, and this is 70% close skin velvet and 30% cotton, and this hook suggestion is 5 millimeters. So this is Velcon. I think this is exclusively, yeah, it's here. This is made in China, I'm sorry. And exclusively distributed by Lots of Yarns by Lady G Arts and Crafts. Okay, they have a Facebook and an Instagram account. So this one, this is yellow, green, blue, light blue in color combination, and this one is, they're just the same but in different color. But it's more like of a rainbow color. So I have this Velcon, and yes, I'm not sure if this is 160 pesos, but I think that's the price. And then next is this one. This is Alice Bella. So this is 100% cotton. I will open one. Wait. This is Alice Bella, and the color is 613. So this is 100 grams. I bought 5, and this is category 3 yarn, and so this is category 3, and then 250 pesos each. Okay, I love the color. It's more like of a beige peach or light peach color. I'm not gonna open this because yeah, wait. Yes, I thought I cannot open them. So I'm going to show you one. So this is Alice Bella. So this is category 3. It's a little bit thicker. Yeah, it's cream, or I don't know. I'm not sure of the color. It's 100% cotton, mercerized cotton. And now the last one is this one. I forgot. I bought this from Crochet Buddies. Sorry, I bought this from Crochet Buddies in Shopee. And then the last one is this Ice Yarns Camilla Cotton. I have this particular yarns before, but in different color. This one is Orchid. Let me see my notes. Yes, this is Orchid, and this is 50 grams. And this is category 2, 100% mercerized cotton, or 125 meters. I love ice yarns, or this particular yarn, because it has a little bit of a sheen on the strand. So I bought, let me see how many. I bought 7 skein of this Camilla ice yarns, and then a seller gave me this. So I bought this from, yes, Still Crochetingly Yours, Isa. This is Camilla, and this Camilla ice yarns, it's 145 pesos each. So I bought 7, and I forgot that the very reason that I bought this Vulcan, actually I had a hard time choosing which yarn to buy at that time, because they have lots of yarns in the store, different types of yarns. They also have yarns from Lion brands. They have hand-dyed, acrylic yarns, milk cottons, velvet yarns, but I wanted to try this particular yarn. That's why it made me decide to buy this Vulcan yarns. Wanted to try, and I'm thinking of creating a skirt out from these yarns. And then for the Bella, for the Bella, I have been hunting cotton yarns since last year, because I wanted to see if I can, looking for some alternative yarns for the patterns that I'm working for, or for the patterns that I'm making. So I've been in a hunt for cotton yarns, so that's why I made this purchase. And then for the, this one, since I already have, I was able to purchase Camilla yarns before. I made this order because I wanted to create cords, a blouse, and a maxi skirt, and I wanted to use this particular yarn license. So most of these yarns I purchased on April, and then a couple of those yarns, the Camilla and the Bella, I purchased maybe last days of May. So that's it for the yarn haul and for this and for today's episode. I hope you will enjoy this first episode, and please do consider subscribing, and then click that notification button so that you will be notified when I will upload the next video. And then if you would and also comment down below what do you think of my first episode. Thank you, and that's it, and happy crocheting. God bless everyone.